so I'm here with Eric and Laura, who is how many weeks now?
25, 6 months.
25, 6 weeks. Not 6 weeks, 6 months. And I want to talk to him and give you some insight about they've made some lifestyle changes over the past year or so, and there's been some big changes in with regards to just health outcomes and weight loss and how you feel and your energy levels and so forth. But I guess I wanted to ask, Laura, what moved you in the way of eating towards paleo?
For me, I was having a lot of digestive issues,
Okay.
a lot of problems that I didn't really attribute to food at first until I started to really look into the different ways that, starting with the gluten-free and then moving to the full paleo
Okay.
to try to relieve some of those symptoms, and they've all gone away since.
So can you tell us the difference between the gluten-free and moving to a paleo lifestyle?
Gluten-free was, I felt like a baby step towards something that needed to happen bigger. Like, it got me thinking more about the food that I eat, but knowing still that there was still something that I was still eating, I was still getting sick. So I was making a step, but I wasn't fully there yet. I knew there was something more, something I needed to do to further that.
Okay. Because even with a lot of gluten-free stuff, some can still be very packaged kind of stuff. It's not really totally real food, and there's also going to be some added stuff in there at the same time, right? But you're just not having the gluten portion of the grain.
That's right.
You had a big change for yourself, I think. We want to share that. What's happened with you?
Yeah, well, I made the move originally for energy levels more than anything else, and as after a few months of it, I started losing pound after pound after pound, and in a week I'd lose 5 pounds every once in a while.
Yeah.
I might gain that a couple back every once in a while, but it was remarkable how quickly it came off. So
Were you counting calories there?
no.
Huge, right?
Yeah.
It was a part of a lifestyle. It was probably challenging to switch over a few things. And I think for the listeners, if we look at, besides the bigger success that we've seen with big time weight loss, massive reduction in digestive disturbances, we've seen improved sleeping patterns and a whole lot less inflammation in people with regard to joint systems and digestive systems. So that many things improve as you start to move into eating this real food per se. And really the paleo lifestyle comes down to eating as much grass-fed meat as you can, especially in the beef and pork department, as well as chickens that are, if we can get them, and that they're free range as much as possible. And so we're doing meats and we're doing nuts and seeds and fruits and vegetables. I think are the major process, but nowadays we've got some nicer things that you could probably change up, especially with some of the newer blog sites and websites and all the recipes that you can use, almond flour, coconut flour, which are not grain-based, that would add to the snack process that you wouldn't feel like you're deprived.
That's right.
Does that sound about right?
Absolutely.
So we could give the listeners some tips on what you think would be the way to prepare to move from the way they're currently eating into a paleo lifestyle. What would you suggest to them?
I would suggest meal planning. So on the weekend, whenever you do your grocery shopping, take 20 minutes, come up with what you want to eat for the week, and then get your grocery list ready for that, and then stick to that list.
And then try to prepare as much as you can with that list for the week ahead, because some of it can be a little more time consuming. So you want to try to cut down on some of that. So washing, cutting your vegetables as much as you can, that kind of stuff has seemed to help us when it comes to meals.
And what have you replaced the bread with if you're wanting to have a sandwich?
For that, like we have lettuce all the time. We eat lettuce with our burgers. Burger on pretty much a little salad is what it becomes.
Sure.
Taco shells, we now use lettuce wraps, for instance, too. So it's a lot of lettuce that we're using in place of that.
Awesome. And what happens if someone can't do this 100% of the time?
I think that was a big factor for me, was not getting down on myself. If we did have a cheat day, if I went out to a restaurant and I had a piece of pizza, I didn't beat myself up because it wasn't a diet. I wasn't trying to stick to something so regimented. I was trying to change my lifestyle. So I just knew that, if I had that cheat day, I wasn't going to get down on myself. I was just going to, next day I was going to start again and not ever really get down.
Yeah.
Right.
And if you got your meals planned, I mean, you know, you get back into the groove. It's not like you really fall out of the groove if you miss it. You know, it's just.
Exactly. You want to share, like, you had a huge weight loss, I think. How much did you lose, Eric, since
In total, about 60 pounds.
and again, it was kind of a process where you just started eating this way. You didn't have to count calories per se, as some diets sort of want you to. We just happened along the way, as a son, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, some insights on the Paleo Lifestyle. We hope you got some good information, content from it. And I want to thank Eric and Laura for sharing their experience for the past year. And we know that once you start implementing some of these Paleo Lifestyle and the tips that we'll teach more at the upcoming classes, you'll find it massively rewarding, and you'll feel a huge transformation in all aspects of your life. Have a great day and talk to you soon.